Hi friends, welcome to chapter 14, Thinking Critically About the Media. This is your last chapter in Hume 115. Much of this we've already covered by virtue of our Media 360 assignment, so I encourage you to read this chapter carefully. A lot of it is going to be familiar, talking about media bias, advertising, audience, publisher, credibility, all of that stuff that we've talked about early in the semester. In fact, many of you have probably already reviewed this chapter, and so I'm not going to go into a lot of detail on it, but feel free to read the summary page to get a sense of what was discussed in chapter 14 and know how to apply the skills that you learned in chapter 14 that you have been applying all semester in your Media 360s. So chapter 14 starts on page 418. If you've got the newer edition, you'll see some additional charts in chapter 14. Key things to know about chapter 14 is what is mass media? What is mass media? So you answer that question for me. What's mass media? I heard it. It is media for mass or large audiences, okay? Now, mass media is something that we're all familiar with. We hear it every day, we read about it online, but we don't often realize that because it's mass media, stories have to be distilled and boiled down into very simple soundbite concepts. Mass media is for large audiences. It's not for an in-depth conversation that would go on for hours and hours because mass audiences are not looking for that. And so mass media is often comprised of short soundbite stories that are going to appeal to large numbers of people, okay? All right, your chapter also includes sections on advertising, jingles. Those are little songs that are on your mass media that come on during the commercials. Things that mass media does to appeal to fear, pity, emotions. If it bleeds, it leads. You remember me telling you that in the beginning of the semester. So these are not judgments on mass media. This is just something to be aware of as critical thinkers. Media has a very important service to a society, but it's also important to read and listen and consume media with a critical thinking lens, which you've been doing all semester, so you know how to do this. So we're on the summary page of 543. Definitely need to know mass media, messaging, sound bites, techniques employed by mass media to get attention from readers. So eyeballs are really important, especially in today's websites. Thinking about who supports mass media, who are the advertisers, how is media funded, media bias, common strategies of the media, all of that is listed in your summary section. Again, most of this is what we've covered in our early lectures beginning in the semester with our Media 360 assignments. And so this is a good review for you for what media actually is and what it entails. So that is chapter 14, Hume 115, Thinking Critically About the Media. Thanks for watching, y'all.